Hi, this is Chirag. Welcome again. This is going to be a continuation lesson for the previous tutorial that I did about the ColdFusion web services and how to scaffold. If you remember, we end up creating a scaffolding our CF art gallery. So today we're going to continue with adding a data access layer by using the extension that's available in ColdFusion Builder called Adobe CFC Generator. And so I'm going to use the CF art gallery data source using the artist table right now and generate the CFC. I'm not going to use the ORM. I'm just going to use the basic CFCs with SQL statement. I don't need to generate the service. I'm just going to pick the location. It's going to be in DAL. That's where the data access layer should be. And now we have these three files: the data access object, the gateway, and the object itself, which represent that table. The next step is to create an extended data access layer, and because I'm working with the artist table, so I'm going to create the component for the artist or the class for that one, which I'm naming it artist ext. So just to make it short and easy, artist extension. That's gonna be also false, and if you want to make it script, but right now I'm leaving it, or let's make it so scripting so we can have all consistent. Now what I need to do here is just to extend it from wherever servers that you need to extend to. In this case, I'm extending it from the gateway. So I need to put the full path to the gateways. I will use CF art gallery .del artist gateway. And I'm not adding any function to the artist gateway right now. I'm just going to use it as is. The next step is to create the logical layer. So it's going to be again new ColdFusion component, naming it artist logical, and script base. Alright, first thing I need to do is instantiate the artist extension that I have in the data access layer, the artist extended data access layer. So I'm putting that in the variable scope, so it will be accessible throughout the component. Just naming it artists ext equal new art gallery dot it's going to be extended DAL and then artist ext. Create a method. It's going to be a public method. That public method, if I can type, that public method will return array of artists. So I need the artist with function. I'm naming it list all artists. No argument need to be passed. And inside the list all artists, I'm going to call this variable. Actually, I'm going to return get all. So that get all is already in the gateway of artist gateway. So that's what I need to call. One thing to mention though, this is the beta version of the extension, so you will notice that the CF art gallery here, it's as a variable, so will give us an error when you run this. I'm going to just put it a quotation mark. So I'm just saving. Close this. Okay, so back to the artist logical. One thing to mention though, I need to import the artist object as long as I'm typing it without the full path. So at the top, you can still put the path here, but I prefer to just have it separated. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick test to my logical and see if I'm gonna get the list of artists here using the visual CFC test. Okay, this could be also the error because of the beta version. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna just remove this. I think the script base only have this problem, so I'm removing the data access layer for this one, and I'm just regenerating it one more time to use the tag base. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna rerun this, and hopefully this time should work. Yes, and we got the array of artists in here. That's the list. Okay, so now that we got the artist list, the other step that I need to do is create the interface for that one. So I'm just gonna generate a new interface here, naming it same as the logical, with the word I to represent the interface. So that's my artist logical. Copy the method that you need to have a contract with. You don't need to have the access type, but you do need to import the artist. Then what we need to do here is implement the I artist logical. So again, you need to put the full path. One more test before continue to make sure everything works fine. I not have been missed. Okay, probably I missed. Yep, semicolon. Yes, I got the result back. Alright, now the last thing I'm going to do here is just create the CF article is service factory. In the service factory, I'm going to create two methods. First, I will create the method that build the service. So I'm going to be a private method, returning anything, just make it void, just naming it the function build logical, and takes nothing. All it does just create variables dot so which is going to be equal to new logical artist logical. I need to here to create a param to hold that value name variables dot artist logical. I'm just gonna pass default equal to just empty string. The next method will be remote type, return the artist logical, and this method name will be get artist logical. Again, I need to import the interface here. Alright, so back to the get artist logical here. In this case, we will return, remove this word new, so make this if statement is simple value, and then pass that value. If this is a simple value, then go ahead and call that method, which is build artist logical. Now the reason I'm doing this, we will see in the coming lessons that when I start using a configuration file with a config file, when you are deploying this to production service, you don't need to call this method over. So probably you need to save this in the application scope. So you will check if the application.artist logical available. Then if it's not simple value, then you call it. So in most cases it's not going to be a simple value, so you can call it. Alright, so this method will return the whole logical. Right now we have only one method in it, but in case if you have a lot of methods in here, all will show up. Now let's do a quick test and see if nothing is broken. I need to save it, of course. Okay, so I got the result back here. That tells me that this method, the result of this page is the interface for the artist logical, which has one method, list all artists. How are you gonna call this list all artists? Let's say if you have a different project, and let's build a new project here, ColdFusion project, and we will name it Art Gallery Web. Click next and choose the server. Finish. This I'm gonna just have one simple ColdFusion page in it, and inside that I will create a call to. Now if you do a right dump here, and just run the application, and you will notice that we got the methods, built the logical, and this is the private one. Now we need to call this method to see what we're gonna get. If we say this, get the artist logical inside this dump, and let's run that again. Yes, now we see we got the artist logical, which we will see the list artist method. So this is what you're gonna do. Let's say artist service equal to, you have now all the service for the artist in here, and let's make a result equal to the artist service, and then we do a call to our method inside the artist logical. Just put a comma here and rerun it again. Now we should see a list of artists. This is a different project. We just call the service factory method to get all the artists. This is kind of a starting how you can build a service-oriented architecture with a ColdFusion application, which your services is kind of a black box. It doesn't know anything about the client. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. in the following lessons we will go more details, and we will go also more in depth how to do a configuration in different environment and even adding a validation. So stay tuned. Thank you.